champ, live from the leather seats and the wood. Amon Richards, how we doing? Wait, hold on. Get your mic on.
We don't have the mic on. Hold on.
We're staring at the sky right now. Yeah, man. Amon, we'll get him back squared here. But yeah, man, that was a fun game last night while we're getting Amon set up. I remember that exact play where your boy, the Turkish Delight, he like spiked it on someone's head and went nuts.
Yeah, he spiked it off the guard's head or back, and yeah, man, the energy was good last night. It was good to see the team competing hard. And yeah, I'm just pumped. I'm ready to go. Nice to have a team that's going to battle and fight, I think, this year. So like I said last night, not making any proclamations just yet. I'm not saying this is a tournament team for sure, but excited to go see a team that's going to give it 100% every night. So,
come on, we got you.
Yeah, here we go, man.
There we go. There we go.
Hey, the universe don't want me to get this real talk off today, man. That's what it is.
They can't stop it, though. They can't stop it. So, you saw the game, man. We've been talking about some of these things over the course of the year. It seemed like a lot of the issues that we had talked about and others had talked about all came to head in this game. It wasn't like new stuff necessarily. It was old stuff happening again and in bad fashion. So, what did you see out there on Saturday?
Man, I mean, just I do think that overall, like, the players were, the effort was there. At times I'll say, guys were, straining, and when you really were like watch the game back, like, we controlled the game, but it just seemed like we just didn't do enough, obviously with the penalties and stuff, to get over the top. But I really do think, man, like, just both sides of the ball, like, you just got to look in the mirror and just like correct like the flaws, man. Like, that's just what it comes down to. I feel like there's a lot. I'm talking about from like coaching to players, just like executing just routine plays, and then sometimes like we're in a position where you almost got no chance from the beginning. And I do think, obviously, Dawson and, they got on the thing yesterday and were like, everyone's saying they're trash and stuff like that. It's not that people are saying you're trash. I think the expectation as far as like creativity that he created when he first got here, like, where people are like looking for that, right? I do think when you look at 2023, even 2024, some of the plays we were running was very creative, thoughtful at times, and it's just like now it just seems like we're running like a play, like, 15 plays or something. You know what I'm trying to say? And we're recycling the same plays. That's what it seems like. Now, whether that's reality or not, I'm not sure. But the human eye, that's what it looks like on TV, and the whole world is kind of saying the same exact thing, right? So I don't think everyone's crazy or, don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, the Texas A&M game, the pass to Jacoby George, that one's the short yardage, that one sticks out. Just kind of short yardage play calling in general, right? I mean, there's different things you can do. I mean, it's funny because, you're saying creativity and you're right, but it's like, I think the Jacoby George play was a stolen play. Like, you could just steal plays. It's not even, you don't need to make something up new. You could steal plays, just something to kind of keep these guys off guard when they know that more likely than not on those short yardage plays in particular, it's pretty obvious what we're going to do.
Right. So I mean, that was that. I mean, at the end of the day, we had the ball. To me, going into halftime and we took that. I mean, I'm sorry, going into the overtime, we took that knee, man. That was, to me, was like the deflating thing. Now, get it? I can guarantee you, the coaching staff is like, overtime, let's put it away, let's finish the game strong, like whatever. But as a player, like, when you kind of just like submit and just like, give the other team opportunity to win the game, because in overtime, both teams have to touch the ball no matter what. So it's just kind of like you gave SMU that extra life they needed. And how I'll say it is like, okay, you can say like, you don't want to put the ball in the air, right? Create a turnover or whatever, and they get the ball and win the game, whatever the case may be. Two things: SMU had no timeouts, for one. So unless they caught a pick six and took it back to the crib or something, I mean, I want to see the analytics of them catching interception on that type of thing. For two, if we were down 3 points, I feel like we would have had plays to try to get in field goal range with 25 seconds. You can't tell me that's not in the playbook. but we chose to go into overtime in which you played not to lose and you ended up getting beat. And they didn't even kick a field goal in overtime. They ran it down our throat on top of that, which makes it what makes it that even, crazier. But I guess overall, man, to the point, I guess, I don't want to beat a dead horse. Everyone's kind of, understanding what we got to do. Um, the situational play call, like the timeouts and stuff throughout the game at certain times, like to correct things, or before fourth down, they were calling a timeout and they were running it right up the middle. Like, I don't get why we're like stopping the momentum to correct and make sure we're in the right play, only to run the play and it don't work. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It's like a waste of like time. And I feel like, I'm not saying I'm right, but Beck seemed like he was frustrated with how we're kept, like we're flowing a little bit and then we're like calling a timeout and then we're trying to like reset. And it's like, nah, we got them on the heels, or we're kind of catching that rhythm. Let's keep it going. I don't know, man. I don't know who is in charge of like the whole timeouts and analytics of down and distance and 4th and 2 to go. I don't know where it's coming from, but the shit just don't be making no type of sense. Like, I don't know, man. Like, we're what, 7? It was 7-0. We had the ball, and then we're punting on 4th and 2 when we're literally got the momentum of the game. Like, it just seems like, why are we bailing teams out when we could go for the kill? Like, we can put teams away early, but we keep doing bonehead penalties, bonehead errors, and then next thing you know, it's 7-7 before you blink. It's like, what the fuck? Like, we're about to go up 14 zip, and now it's shit. Now it's 7-7. We're struggling. Like, here we go again. That's what it feels like, So it's a lot to fix, man. And can you fix it mid-season? Game, what, 8, 9, whatever it is? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. It's gonna be hard. It's hard to fix penalties and stuff like that mid-season. I know that. It's hard, bro. You are what you are at this point of the season. No team is just gonna magically just go from, one of the highest penalized teams to just magically 0 penalties for the rest of the way. And we're gonna, I mean, I would love for it to happen, but like historically, I don't think I've ever seen that. I don't know.
I want to know where you're going, man, because I know you're not hauling junk with that interior.
Oh no. I'm actually on the way to meet one of my guys. I gotta give him the car. They gotta get rid of some stuff. So I was on the way, but then I got caught in traffic, so I couldn't even make it. But maybe this is a better way to vent.
There it is. There it is.
You know.
You guys are so
But
negative,
what do you
man.
guys
I
think,
don't know.
man?
You guys are so negative, man. I don't like this,
Listen, hold on.
man. I listen.
Pete, hold on, Pete.
I'm the one on the post game show who said, Why are you against Stanford trying to play for the tie at halftime?" And people yelled at me, man. I didn't know what I was talking about. You guys are way too negative right now, man. I don't like it. Let's go win 10, man. Let's right the ship. Let's go win 10, man.
Hey Pete, it's so crazy because you be dead on point, but you know how it is, man. People just don't like sometimes like the uncomfortable truth. And you've been in the sports world, so like these conversations, like they're having these conversations behind closed doors. Let's not get it twisted, right? Coaches, they're going at, I'm not saying going at each other, but they're having these conversations about improving, and the O-line, still having penalties and pre-snap penalties and stuff like it's being had. It's
I gotta
uncomfortable.
say,
Right.
Amon, like the O-line stuff really is the most flabbergasting thing to me out of everything that's happening. You have the same guys pretty much. Other Brockermeyer center, big difference in terms of communication, and then he just hasn't been great in terms of the physicality, right? Which there's a whole nother discussion to be had if you talk to people as to why they're putting so much on his plate. In terms of one-on-one blocks. That's not normally something that a lot of teams do with the center position. But like the pre-snap stuff, it's the same guys, man. Guys that we're all fans of, guys who have been here for multiple years now. It's like the only thing I could say, it's like they almost have the yips, which, D, you're familiar with the yips. Amon, obviously, it's like, in baseball, you just you can't make the simple throws. You start getting in your head, like, it just seems like pre-snap, they have the yips and they're thinking about so many different. That to me is the most mind-blowing thing about everything that's happening, because you can't count on what is the the heart and soul of what this program is supposed to be. And that is, I think, what's really, really frustrating me right now about what's going on more than anything. But
Amon, so passing game wise, I want to get to this one with you because, this is an SMU team that a lot of teams threw on them. Stanford couldn't throw at all, threw for more yards than we did. The pass protection's been on point. We talked about the run blocking and the penalties. That's why I think the offensive line overall very much disappointment. But pass blocking's been on point. Why are we not more explosive in the passing game against a team like SMU that's not, trotting out Derek Stingley and Pat Surtain?
As a mantra, he just says you either coach or allowed. And this is like, I'm looking at the same thing, D, on the defensive side of the ball when certain guys don't want to come out of the game, when they're being told to come out of the game and they're letting they're getting waved off. They're waving guys off. They're waving players off that the coaches are telling them to go in. And there's no consequences for it. They keep playing. Amon, we've talked about this now for 3-4 weeks now, right? Like that's the stuff we can talk about, the play calling, all that, but they've got to take control of those rooms, man. That sort of stuff is hurting this team. And I think it trickles down more than people realize throughout the locker room.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, my bad. My connection was going crazy. But
We can hear you.
yeah, no, I hear you guys. I hear you 100%. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you.
Yo. Oh, okay.
Yo,
Okay. Yeah, no, sorry. It's my phone. Okay. No, so I mean, you're right, man. Like I just think a lot of this stuff, man, is just been it is allowed. I think we're trying to correct it, but can we fix it like mid-season like this? I don't know. But to your point, like the offensive line, right? We all agree, right? Everyone knows it's the best unit. It's kind of like the heart and soul of the team. But when they're making mistakes game in, game out, it kind of just speaks more volumes than anything, right? So I don't know, man. It definitely is concerning. We all know, like the cardinal rule, even in Little League, they always say penalties will get you beat. Like penalties is the number one way to lose a football game, and we've been doing it week in, week out, where we're making games closer. Like right when we're about to, it's 3rd and 2, we're about to kind of put the drive away, right, or get into that scoring position. It's now it's 3rd and 2, it's 3rd and 7. Like we've seen that like at least 10 times probably throughout game 1 to now. Like it happens every single game. False start, snap infraction, the center flinches or does something with the ball or whatever. Like I don't get it.
Amon, what about special teams? 2 guys hitting the ball backwards into the end zone on a punt. Like is that the special teams coach's fault, or is that just guys who just didn't make the play right there?
That's 2 guys not executing. We saw Dylan Day do it against Florida as well, where he had his heels in the end, like he was standing in the end zone and trying to field the ball to stop it. Now the ball, instead of being on the 1-yard line, is out on the 20 or 25. Like it's just a lot of mistakes, from players just not executing like the play because it's there to be made at times, and it just doesn't happen. The running game, like when it does have a crease, we got guys, running to the opposite hole where there's the crowd is to the left. If you go right and just have better feel for the game, you're off, you're off and running, except you cut back and you run into where everyone's at. Like I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it feels like I said all the time, sometimes it feels like a cruel joke, like someone's like trolling us or like ourselves in a way. Cause like, how does this always happen to us? Like the worst scenario, like it's 4th and 9 with the game on the line, and we somehow run into the quarterback who's standing there on a dead play. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't happen. Like, I don't see that throughout college football in like, on top teams. Like, I don't see it. Like, I just don't. I just don't, honestly.
And I don't like playing the victim, by the way, that someone didn't hear a whistle. I don't like that mentality either, but that's neither here nor there. I think that's honestly, you talk about penalties, but we got to be accountable when penalties, like immediately, if the response is, oh, the guy didn't hear the whistle. Well, I'm sorry. Like he didn't hear the whistle. Then there's a penalty on the play. Like that's what happens.
I mean, when you get the most
this my thing though with that though, people like,
no, I was just gonna say when it happens to you every single game with different refs, and last year, it's hard to kind of say every ref's against you.
Yeah, there's some bad calls, but
there were some bad calls. But I'm saying you look at the that could happen to swing one game or two. But when you're constantly getting penalties at a level that's more than all of the other teams in the country, pretty much, and this is something that
Right.
goes back years. You can't just blame it on one bad call, one bad ref, because it's a consistent pattern. There's going to be bad calls mixed in there. There's going to be bad calls in the other team mixed in there too. But you got to look at kind of the overall picture, and the overall picture is this is one of the worst penalty teams in the country for years.
Yeah, that's true. I do think we got a bad rep, like just the ACC in general. Just like I feel like we're always on the worst, like bad end of these penalties. So that could play a factor as well. But I do think like you can't like a ref can't cheat you out of false starting. You know what I'm trying to say? Like a ref can't cheat you out of like flinching the football. Like
yeah, or jumping
yeah,
off
some of those
sides and
things.
pushing the center, right, which happens every single game.
Right, exactly. So but